Hello all and welcome, and I am the MGTOW Philosopher. In this video I would like to discuss the subject of whistleblowing and what constitutes it. Now first of all, in the news we've had this recent story about a woman named Reality Winner. That name makes me laugh every time. Anyhow, the reason this subject has come up again because this young woman is being called a quote-unquote whistleblower by some on the left. And they're comparing her to Edward Snowden, which is completely laughable. But I thought it was important to address this issue because it's come front and stage again into the public forum. Now, what is a whistleblower? Okay, let's first define our terms. Well, a whistleblower is someone who literally blows the whistle on wrongdoing. Okay, whether it be a government whistleblower or a private company whistleblower. So that's something else we have to realize. First of all, whistleblower is not exclusively limited to the government domain. A whistleblower is anyone who essentially blows the whistle, reports illegal activity to the American people or the people of anywhere, whatever country we're talking about. So that's the key word, illegal activity, okay? So that is what a whistleblower is reporting on, something that is illegal or, in a looser sense, immoral, okay? Like when the tobacco companies tried to hide the fact that they already knew that cigarette smoking caused cancer. Duh! I mean... While not completely, not something you could classify as illegal per se, it was certainly immoral. So, trying to hide, conceal the illegality of actions that you were taking, and then someone else revealing it, that would be considered whistleblowing, or the just immoral aspect, or trying to reveal lies that your corporation or your business might be telling. So let's just... Okay, so let's define our terms more broadly then. So whistleblowing could be defined as immoral actions or illegal actions being exposed to the public at large by a single individual or a group of individuals. There we go. We've defined our terms. That's what whistleblowing is. Now, does this girl, Reality Winner, reflect a real whistleblower? And the answer is no. Because what she did was in no way revealing any immoral or illegal actions by anyone in the actual government. In fact, the document that she released merely revealed what people already know. It revealed an opinion by someone within the intelligence community to someone else in the intelligence community that the Russians had hacked certain voting computers and tried to, or certain polling or voting districts within a certain area and planted cookies or something, and but that they had compromised certain areas within the voting system of America. This was something we already knew. By the way, the Russians are denying it, of course, and we don't know whether or not this is true. Could be our own government hacking the system and then blaming it on them, making it look like the Russians. So we don't know, really. I mean, this is not like somebody left their blood behind, at a crime scene. This kind of stuff can very easily be faked. But the point is, a whistleblower is your Edward Snowden, for example. Edward Snowden found, through no fault of his own. I mean, he wasn't in there, rooting around looking for shit. It was part of his job, in fact, to design programs, and some of these programs were used to intercept metadata to spy on hundreds of millions of Americans, which is illegal, by the way. And he discovered illegal actions by our government. By our government. Not another government, our government. He discovered illegality. And yes, he released it to the media. But that is in no way immoral or illegal because they were breaking the law. It was his duty to reveal this information. I don't care what anybody says. They want to paint him as some kind of evil guy, bad guy, not a hero. The textbook definition of whistleblower, he fits it to a T. Reality winner does not. So to all of you leftist morons out there who want to paint her as some kind of hero, let me tell you something. If you look at this document that she stole, it's useless. It doesn't do anything. But in her leftist mind, it somehow confirms some kind of connection that you leftist idiots out there in the media have basically implanted in her head, a form of confirmation bias that in her mind linked Trump to Russians because, oh, this is conclusively saying that the Russians tampered in our election. And it doesn't actually say that, but in her mind, this is conclusive because everything's open to interpretation when you're a leftist. And in her mind, she interpreted it as 100% concrete evidence of Russian interference. And of course, in her mind, Trump being connected to the Russian has already been proven, even though there's zero evidence of this. He didn't collude with any Russians. That was made up by the left to invalidate his presidency so they could spend the next 4 years bashing him and trying to keep this alive so nobody would accept him as commander-in-chief, and there would always be some kind of cloud hanging over his head. It's just pure, simple psychological manipulation of the American people. And she fell for it. And now she's going to spend the next 10 years in jail, maybe, being a woman and a feminist. And she'll put on a nice flowery dress, and who knows. But a whistleblower is a real patriot. They find out wrongdoing, and they reveal it at risk to themselves and their freedom. She didn't do that. She didn't do that. What she did was clear and calculatingly done just to, in her mind, create some kind of blackening of the President Trump, his reputation. It was a personal attack on him, and it's all over her social media account. She hated President Trump with a passion. I don't know how somebody like this gets a security clearance unless the intelligence community is peppered with lots and lots of leftists and hiring who do the hiring. I guess that's quite possible. But this woman was no patriot, and she was not a whistleblower. So you need to understand what a whistleblower is. Somebody that reveals illegality, immorality, meaning that the person that she's supposedly blowing the whistle on, in this case being her own government, by revealing top secret information that she signed an agreement not to reveal. Now that's a whole other matter. But it has to be actions on the part of the people you're supposedly blowing the whistle on. I mean, if she's blowing the whistle on the Russians, okay, but why would you? She doesn't work for the Russians and Russian government. She's no whistleblower for them either. But, I mean, you could make a case, okay, she's blowing the whistle on the Russians, but she's going to endanger her life and her career for something we essentially already know anyway, that's been posited as opinion, not fact, but been presented as fact, even though it's opinion. But this document revealed nothing new, only in her own mind. So, no, she's not a whistleblower. And a whistleblower is a very patriotic thing to be if you are a real one in terms of government. So, now you understand what a whistleblower is, and you understand that she is not one, because her entire revelation was in no way about revealing illegality or immorality of action on the part of the president or our own government. It did zero of these things. So it was just personal animus against the president. And it shouldn't be surprising because she's a Bernie Sanders supporter, which means she's a leftist, socialist, cultural Marxist, social justice warrior, give me free stuff moron. I am the MGTOW philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.